What's going on, y'all? Testing 1 2 3. What's going on out there? Testing 1 2 3. Probably take you guys a minute to get these notifications of going live, so we'll see. I hope I went public. Sometimes I do these and it says unlisted or something like that, but give you guys a couple minutes to hopefully notifications are being sent out. And open my protein shake up while you guys are probably logging in and stuff. See a couple people joining in. What's up? What's up? A couple people coming in. You guys gotta let me know, yay or nay. Oh, good evening. How are you? Sorry, I just came in from running and working out, so I meant to go live last week, but I've been so busy, guys, with a couple of things. So we got a couple people joining in. What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? I'll give you guys all shout outs in just a few minutes. Did want to go live with this Kraton EXB. I did want to do it last week, but I've been so busy, y'all, and I do apologize. I know there's been questions on this, and then Arrma announced the Super Outcast yesterday, so so I wanted to go live with this, and I wanted to do kind of up close and personal. You guys kind of, I know you guys know that have been following me for a while. No, I normally do this when there's like an exclusive product coming out, so you guys can get like an up close personal look at it. Ask me some live questions and get some of your questions answered as well. So um, got several people joining in. Appreciate you guys joining. I know I should have gave you guys an early notification, but I meant to go live last week, but like I said, I got real busy, so that's my bad right there. So can you bash it afterwards? So let me see some of these questions. I won't tonight. I'm gonna do a super speed Saturday tomorrow. We're gonna test it with my SMC lipos right over here. Let me get it real quick. So we're gonna test it with this bad boy tomorrow. See what kind of speeds we get. I forgot. I think the Kraton normally comes with a 16-tooth pinion gear. So we're going to get that out and have that. So it's 36 degrees Celsius there in Denver. What is that Fahrenheit? My brain is fried, y'all. So a couple people said they're still getting there. So what's going on? So I wanted to 96. Okay, appreciate that. So yeah, it's about. I just came in from running. Took a shower and I'm still kind of sweating a little bit. I don't know, but I'm finna sip on my protein shake and go live with this. Answer some questions with you guys about this truck. Tell you guys my thoughts of it so far. And like I said, we'll do a super speed Saturday tomorrow. Try to get to the skate park as well. There's another bashing site if I can get to it. Dang, 104. Did I just see that in Montreal? Whoa! Right now? Jeez. 92 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, appreciate it. All right, so we got a couple people in the house. Weston just joined. What's going on? What's going on? So I'll take the top off in a few minutes. We can look at a couple things with it. You guys kind of saw in the unboxing and stuff that I did get up close and personal. And yeah, in the unboxing, I had the chassis backwards. Okay, so I'll own up to that. I know I did. It was late. It was late. It was early in the morning when I did that, and I was just trying to get that out for you guys. So that is my bad. It is what it is. I mean, the sun still rose that morning. The birds still twerked. So the world did not stop. So people are asking me about when am I going to get the Outcast 8S? Well, I pre-ordered it. Once I saw it, I went right to Horizon. I was like, order, order. I couldn't hit that order button enough times. So that is a big announcement. So that's good too. And this is a big announcement too. So thus far, what questions do you guys have for me about this truck? And I am sipping on my little protein shake too as I'm sitting there. Is this 4x4? Yes, this is a 4-wheel drive 8 scale truggy or muggy as they call it, monster truggy. So yes, it is 4-wheel drive. It's Arrma's latest release in the 8 scale arena, and thus far it's been good. It is a little bit faster than the version 1 through 4 Kraton, and it does handle a little bit better as well. So it's getting kind of close to, I'm not going to say it, you can take this to a national circuit win, but with some modifications and stuff, you can probably make this into a pretty competitive truggy for a local race circuit. You can probably do a couple things to get it there as well. So I wish I could get my 6S out, but there's tons of differences. I mean, you guys see there chassis braces. It's differences. It is a lot tougher. You guys saw how I ran it the first time I bashed it. And I know some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, you guys you're bashing it. And the reason I put the BLX system in there was because some people that get this may actually put that system in there. And I wanted to do a fair comparisons of this to the other versions because those did at versions 2, 3, and 4. I think version 1, it was a different one. It had like a red motor in there. But I wanted to do kind of a fair comparisons as far as my driving to drive into the other one. So sorry, I'm kind of getting into me. I know going live for me is kind of about you guys, so I do apologize. Let me see what's going on with these comments while I'm sitting up here trying to stretch a little bit. Same center diff as all the other 6S models. I have not had a chance to really break that down, but from the specs, the differentials are definitely different. I don't know 100%. I have to look at some of the specs on. I think the center diff may be designed a little bit different too, but don't quote me on that. I gotta look at that. So yeah, the motor mount's still the same. Someone asked was the motor mount still the same as the version 4. Yeah, the motor mount you guys see there is still the same. I didn't see any differences from looking at that. I don't know if it was made out of that thicker aluminum. I don't know. I couldn't see any difference from it, but I do need to get up close and personal a little bit more. So that's kind of why I got you guys on here as well. Yeah, so far it's been good. I mean, yep, skate park run is coming. Someone asked, am I going to do a skate park run? That is coming. I did have to adjust the droop screws with it. Now, the droop screws are constructed a little bit differently. They're actually underneath the front A-arms instead of being on top, and they're actually button head screws. So I'll get into that after my first run thoughts and stuff. So I've seen that, and I'll say this, I've seen that before on road cars where it is kind of easier to access, but I have never seen that on an off-road car because dirt and grime could get up in there. It's kind of hard to get into that screw as well, but there's probably a reason for that. I don't know. But that is something I did notice was the droop screws are actually underneath it instead of on top. So you have to lift this up and unscrew it and all that. But I'll go into more details of that during some of my after run thoughts for it. So somebody said, sorry, sometimes these comments go, what are you running in? And I'm running the Arrma BLX system. You guys put this right here, keep the body on it somewhat. You guys can see that there. Is the picture quality good? For one, need to ask that because it looks clear to me, but it's not always clear. I don't know if someone say, is this real light? I think it may be just a tad bit heavier. I just mentioned Oscar just asked about what motor combo stuff I'm using. Right now I'm using the BLX system. And the reason being is because I wanted to test this against, or just in my driving experience against the other models, just to see how, everything came up. So, all right, picture's fine. Picture looks good. Appreciate it, y'all. I see that coming up in there. So, and I'll unmount this and get a little bit close up with it as well. You guys saw some of that in the unboxing. They did do a new design for this. It wasn't just, they just put, an aluminum chassis brace front and rear on the version 4 Kraton and just made the chassis out of a different aluminum. They actually did go in and redesign it. So I commend Arrma for stepping up and being innovative once again. So, what's up, RC enthusiasts is in the house. You guys can, some of these people you guys seeing on here, go check some of their channels out. If you can, you guys want to put something in the comments there, feel free to do it. If you want them to check your channel out, if you got something new, you got something you want them to check out, put that down there so people can come check y'all out as well. Someone asked how long did it take to put together. It didn't take long at all. So This isn't like a 60, 70, 80% roller. It is a roller. The body's even painted. Some people kind of wanted a clear body, but you can always buy one of those. So me, I was glad it came with the painted body. That kept me from buying paint. I mean, I don't mind painting, but I'd rather just take this out and run it. So it took me, gosh, I don't know, I'd say about 20 minutes or so. 20 to 30 minutes I was watching The Simpsons, I know. As I was putting stuff in here, The Simpsons and then Family Guy. So, I was kind of distracted. But it took about 20, 30 minutes to put the electronics in. It's just putting the motor ESC in there and the receiver and servo. So it didn't take long at all. And of course, with this easy adjustable motor mount, that makes it easy to take this right out and put that in there. So someone said I'd like to do RC videos like this someday, but I'm broke. Well, I always think about the parable of the talents in the Bible. Use what you got. I mean, literally, start off and use what you got, and it'll build and grow from there. I know people have asked me about videos, YouTube, and all that right now. Use what you have. You don't have to go out and try to spend all this money on equipment and stuff. Just use what you got. Everyone's going to have something interesting to bring to the table. So, all right, let's see something. When will they ship? I heard the first shipment is going to be in mid-July. So whether that's the 15th or the 20th, I don't know. You might want to go ahead, if you haven't pre-ordered it, go ahead and put your pre-order in, because I believe they do it kind of in the order that they get it. So if you were one of the first people to put a pre-order in, they got an order number for it, and I believe that's tagged with the actual time you order, and you'll get yours first. So I know they'll be shipping to hobby shops, of course, at that time as well. So I'm thinking about, if you guys are local and I get enough comments on here, about 10 comments, about bringing this up to the Hobby Town in Kennesaw, Georgia tomorrow, so you guys can take a look at it. So, oh, appreciate that. Somebody said they love the HB, love my videos. Appreciate it. I'm gonna try to keep doing what I do. I'll be like James Fox, we gonna make it do what it do, baby. Is this a Willie King? I don't know if you're referring to the HPI Willie King, or is this going to do wheelies? Now, this truck will pick up and wheelie a little bit. You guys saw when I took it out on some wet surfaces, it did kind of pick up and still wheelie some. So the diffs were very active, and you'll feel the difference when you run it. You really will. All right, catching up with some of these comments. James said he's got his pre-ordered. Can't wait. James, you got to tell us what you're going to put in yours when you get it. We got Charlie from Michigan just joining in. We got Tim and RC. What's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. Can you do more runs with the Arrma Granite? Yeah, we'll worry about the Granite a little bit later on. I want to focus on this truck right here. I'd have to look in. Robert asked me. He says off the topic a little bit, but he asked me was the 8S Kraton have droop screws. I believe it does. I gotta check and look. I never had to really adjust it there with that. I know with this I had to do some adjustments because you guys saw one of the first bashing videos, the CVAs or whatever did pop out, and that's just because the droop screws need to be adjusted a little bit to not have as much space and room when you're jumping and hitting stuff. So. Oh, so James is gonna put a Max 6 and a 1650 kV motor in his. Okay. What's up, Commander? You guys in the house? Some of y'all's YouTube names, sometimes I may get them wrong, so y'all don't sit up here and shoot the share. So, is it better than the Kronos? Well, the Kronos is new. It's Team Corrali's first shot at a truggy. My Kronos, you guys haven't seen it in a while. I did have a couple issues with it. I'm seeing if it's related issues. I have not bent the chassis, but I did have a couple of breakages on some stuff. So this is Arrma's fifth version of this, and from version 1 up to this version 5, and I think it's just redone. It has gotten better and better with each design. So from my running experience, this is better than the Kronos. The Kronos may be a little bit faster now compared to this if you put electronics in it. And I may do that. I may just put the Team Corrali electronics in it because those are some pretty good electronics and test it out. But durability, this does beat it. I mean, hands down. I mean, just with the parts it has on it right now. So does that answer your question? Um, Someone asked a question. I have an Arrma RC but never had a Kraton. Should I consider a 6S or go with the EXB roller? That's going to depend on what you plan on doing and what you want to do. With the version 4 Kraton, it will come ready to run, but you will probably have to change that radio out. But that's $549. This is $469. Consider tax into it too. So if you have electronics, you can just pop them in there. If you don't, you'll have to get electronics. So you're looking at, depending on what you want to put in there, about another $200 in electronics for it. So you're looking at about almost close to 700. But if you get a version 4 Kraton and you plan on doing modifications, by the time you put the modifications that Arrma has in here, and then of course the diffs that they created in here are not available just yet, you're going to be spending over $1,000, well over $1,000. So just consider that what you're going to be doing later on. You might want to get the roller and then slowly build and buy electronics for it and good electronics for it. Or like I said, if you get the version 4, you will, if you start bashing, have to do a lot of modifications like that are on here. So just think about that. Let me see. Going back to the questions, how many parts did it come with? Are you asking extra parts? It didn't come with any extra parts. So someone said, does SMC have an 8S LiPo? I believe they don't. I've only gotten their 2S, 3S's, and 4S LiPos and 6S. So it's kind of hard to find an 8S charger out there. But I definitely, like I said, y'all, I'm putting this bad boy. I got this bad boy. I'm putting this in there tomorrow. I do want to run this 120C 6S LiPo. This is going in there. We gonna burn some stuff up. We got VSS Daddy from SoCal. What's going on? I don't know if someone's asking me where I'm from. Originally from Missouri, live in Atlanta. Do you think a MMX 8S and a 20 scale will be too much? Nah, I don't. Charlie asked the question. I don't think any 8 scale motor is going to be too much. I think you could even get one of the TP motors and stuff for it. I think it'll be fine in handling it. Now, some people are talking about putting 8S in here. I don't think 2 4S's will fit in that battery tray because it is still the same size from what I have seen in my specifications of the regular size. Now, this SMC LiPo is pretty big, and this is an 8,000 milliamp 6S, and this will fit in there almost exactly. So consider that unless you plan on getting 2 small 4S LiPos like max amp cells. But 8S is a lot. I mean, you might as well go for the big boy if you're going to do that. Subway says you want to spend $300 to $500 on electronics. It just, like I said, it depends on what you want to put up in there. Sometimes you can find some good cheap used electronics. Sometimes you can find some sites out there that actually piece part stuff. You can get them pretty cheap too. So sorry, I'm losing. All these comments are coming through. Trying to see what's going on. We got about 80 people joining on. Appreciate you guys joining. So yeah, 8S is crazy. You put 8S in here, that's just get an 8S. Just to just go for the 8S if you're gonna do that. You know, just go for that. So let's see. I'm trying to scroll down, see what's going on. Yeah, that super speed is definitely coming tomorrow. What's up? Blah blah blah. Oh, can't wait on your video tomorrow. What's up? ATL. Someone said if you get soft cases, they'll fit. I'm assuming you're talking about two 4S soft cases. I got a 4S in here. Matter of fact, I can stack 2 4S's right now to show you. If you guys want to see that. I think I got 2 4S's over here. Yeah, I do. Show you how thick this is. Now, this is 2 4S LiPos right there. And this is my 6S. So you got about, I'd say about a ½ inch if you were going to use 4S's like this. And these are my SMC 7200 milliamps. So I doubt these two would fit up in there. I can try it real quick, but I may knock something over trying it. But I doubt 2 4S's would fit in here. That's kind of overkill. I think you can get the kind of speed and power you want with any 10 scale system. I really do. I mean, not 10 scale, 8 scale. Sorry, my mind was on something else. I was looking at the car over there. So, All right, someone said, what's the difference? I got a Kraton 6S. You're saying the difference between this Kraton EXB and your Kraton V4? There's tons of differences. I mean, it's night and day. I mentioned earlier that Arrma didn't just go in and just put certain components on a V4 Kraton. They actually went in and redesigned. Now, a couple of the components are dragged over from the other versions. Of course, the spear, these are carried over from there, but the chassis, as I showed you guys before, is different. A-arms are different. The differentials are different. Of course, they got these aluminum shock towers. The chassis is made of a different material. That's different as well. The tires and wheels are carried over. I never had a V4 Kraton, but I do have a V3 Kraton. So these are my first time testing these tires, and they've held up pretty well. And they're pretty grippy. I love the way they sound on concrete. I don't know if that's just me, but I got problems. So, all right, couple people. Let's see. Let's scroll back up, see what's going on. Blah, 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 blah. We got RC Dude 81 in the house. What's going on, man? Long time no talk. You guys go check his channel. He's got some really good bashing too of this bad boy, taking it out. We need to do a jump challenge. That's what we should do. See who can launch it. I got an area that I've been trying to sneak in, y'all. And when I went over there, some guy came out of a little cabin and looked at me, and I said, okay, I'm leaving. Like he was going to call the cops or something. Because I really wanted to take this over there and just go crazy just for a few minutes, but he kind of walked out. So I'm going to try to sneak over there early in the morning. So let's see. I'm going to scroll down here. Sorry, y'all. Trying to scroll down. Overheat motor. That's just going to depend, guys. I mean, any car can overheat if you overgear it and run it in different terrain. So let's say, for instance, I put a 22-tooth pinion gear in and run it with this stock system off-road on 6S. It's going to overheat quickly. So any car can overheat. You want to make sure you check your temperatures too with gearing. But a good bashing gearing, especially for this, because this is fast. This has got the stock in it. I believe it's a 13, or I think it's the 13-tooth pinion gear. So I will be going up to a 16 for tomorrow's Super Speed Saturday to do some testing on it. But it is faster, and it does handle better than the previous version Kratons. It really does, guys. And you guys saw that it was durable. I was jumping it on concrete, landing on concrete. So. So I don't know if that's would do the new disc fit the old Kraton. Yes and no. Let me answer this the best way I can. So if you get the diffs, you're gonna have to get all of them. You're gonna have to get the drive yokes too, because the drive yokes, the sun gears, and I should probably take it apart someday and show you guys, but the sun gears, the holes where the drive yokes go in, are larger than the ones that come on the previous version. And those gears, if I can recall, for the sun gears and the spider gears, now those are the gears inside the differential. The sun gear is going to be the two big round ones here, and the spider gears are going to be the four that fit inside. So the two that fit on the side here, where the drive yoke goes in there, the holes for those, and those are big. So if you're gonna put this in here, you got to get all those components for it. So I don't know if they plan on releasing a package that's going to have those differentials in it or not. But you can't just get those gears and all those components and put them into your V4, because it's not going to work. So, and if you think about the differential gear and then the pinion gear, those are different sizes as well. I showed you guys kind of in the unboxing how it's got a different cut on it. And matter of fact, I'm going to show this to you guys on the box. So you guys... Y'all see those gears right there? So they are different. This right here, what I'm pointing my finger at, that right there, the drive yoke right there, that is larger than the stock one. So you cannot take the stock one and put it in there. So, and this up here, this pinion here, it's different. The teeth are different. Remember, it was spaced out, and they're large, and they cut them at a different angle. So you will have to get all the components for it. The gear case is the same. So you can use your same gear case, but you're going to need all those internals and stuff for it. So does that answer your question? All right, so let's see what's going on. Sorry, I'm trying to go through a couple of things, see what's going on here. I see some of y'all conversing amongst yourselves, so that's fine. That's why we went live. Skip down to the bottom, see what's going on. So, so you guys are just joining. I know it's kind of back and forth. It's people are coming and going. We got about 75 on. We had about as much as 80 a minute ago or so. We're just going through this new Kraton and just talking about it in general, answering any questions. I can get up close and personal with it if you guys want in a second, but I've showed a lot in the unboxing. There's a couple of unboxings out there as well. So 1320 RC says, send me that car. Okay, I'll email it right over to you. Sorry, drinking some of this shake to nourish myself. Do I have a Revo? Yes, I did a video a couple days ago on it. What time am I gonna do the run tomorrow? I have no idea. I really don't know what time I'll be able to get up to the spot and run it. Sometimes there's people out there and they play music and all, they're working on their trucks. So, someone said, am I gonna get the Outcast? Yes, I pre-ordered, so I'm waiting for that sucker to drop, and I will have it. Revo versus the Kraton EXB. The Kraton's gonna win. I mean, the V3, the V2 Kraton will beat the E Revo in the durability department. And it's not to demean the Traxxas E Revo at all. It is unique in its design, but it's just not as durable. It really isn't, guys. You couldn't take it out and run it. You guys, I did a video about a year and a half ago where I had my low C3 XLE and two guys had two Revos out there running. And the Revos were faster. They did gear them up and do some stuff to them. And they were a little bit faster than my low C3 XLE, which is a monster truck. And I had that stock out the box. Handling wise, we were almost about the same. We were running in their terrain and stuff, but it was about a year and a half ago. I took a picture and we did a couple of jumps and their Revos were just breaking. They were coming apart, you know. My 3XLE, it finally broke on the last jump where I think I bent the dog bone or something like that, but it's not going to be as durable. Let's see. Someone said, am I going to keep the power system or switch? I'm going to switch up at some point in time. I do have a couple other things. I was, and I may still. I got the Spectrum system, their ADA system that they actually put inside the Kraton and stuff. But I was gonna think about putting it in there, but I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do something else with this a little bit later. So, is Arrma or Traxxas better? User preference on that. I mean, it really is. I mean, I like both companies. I do have more Arrma stuff than Traxxas. I've had a lot of Traxxas throughout the years. Traxxas does not have that many 8 scales out there at all. I mean, that's gonna like compete in this category, especially durability wise. I think the biggest thing for Traxxas, of course, is gonna be the X Max, and they just released the Traxxas Max and all that. And you got to think about cost and stuff for it. There's other companies out there as well. You got Hobio. HPI is kind of not really there right now. We're kind of wondering what's up with HPI. With that, you got Team Magic, you got Red Cat. So you got a lot of companies out there. So to say that this company is better than that and you know this and that, that's like saying this McDonald's has better sweet tea than this Burger King or something. It's going to be your user preference, but one probably will serve, I guess, a better burger than the other. So, but Arrma has been the company thus far that has been very innovative and continuously putting stuff out. It seems like to be on a yearly basis. They keep upgrading their cars. They're listening to what people are saying that's breaking and stuff, and bam. So, Joey, I'll answer your question in just a minute. I'm gonna go back up. I didn't forget. I just saw that middle of the night here. Someone said like what a castle system. A castle system would be fine as well. I think you really can't go wrong with any system you put up in here. The truck, like I said, I didn't expect it to be this fast with this gearing on it, but it is a little bit faster. It does handle good. So, All right, Richard, peace out. The E-Revo with metal links and stuff. I mean, it may. I mean, but now you're thinking about putting money into something. So you have to think about what you want to do. Now, some people like getting cars and modifying. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But if you take box stock to box stock, especially to this one, the only thing the E-Revo would have on this is that the E-Revo's got a system in it. That's it. And like I said, it's not to demean Traxxas, but it's just not gonna be on the level of this. I know some haters are gonna come out and say, "Oh well," no, it's just not, guys. I mean, you got to think about this is 2020. This is brand new. When did the E-Revo come out? Like 5-6 years ago, or no, 3 or 4 years ago. I think the E-Revo 2.0. So let me get back to Joey's question. I'm sorry I didn't. He asked me, "Is there anything I don't like about the truck?" Huh. I haven't driven it enough. Let me put it that way. I did not like, and this is just me, when I jumped it on after about 7, and I did jump it hard, that the front CVAs or CVDs, they did pop out. I did not like that, and I got to adjust my droop screws. And I don't like that the droop screws are up underneath, or underneath this. So it's not on top where you can adjust it from the top. You actually have to go up underneath it and adjust it. It's a little bit difficult to get to. So if there's anything that I can say that I don't like, is not gonna say I don't like. It's just it's difficult to get to that. It's gonna be that, and that these did pop out on one of those jumps. But I did believe I hit that curve and just kind of moved forward and popped that out. So, but I think that's kind of been the issue people have had periodically with that. So maybe on their revision they may look at that and see what people are doing or something like that. But I did hit hard, so sorry, let me go back down and see what's going on. Do you think the price of 470 is too high? No, if you think about what is on here, from the newly designed chassis to all these aluminum components on it, the new differentials, the A-arms are different. They're differently designed. All that, if you, and the shock towers, if you try to probably total all that up, you're probably looking at probably about $700-800 if you're looking at trying to just build one from scratch. So I think that this price right for this. So let me see. We got a couple more people joining in. Hey guys, thank you guys for joining. We're back up at about 80 people on here. What servo? Now this servo, sorry y'all, let me get up and adjust. Like I said, if you guys are just now joining, I did just kind of come in from running, so let me see if I can. This was a servo that I had my Mugen in there. It's one of my associated servo, or yeah, it is an associated servo. And it's a good servo that I put up in there for that. So that's a little dirty up in there. And I forgot the specs on this because my Savox stopped working. That's the best way I can put it. That Savox was going out. So it was the first time I actually ran a car where my Savox was like, yeah, I'm tapping out. So I'm gonna disable that flash real quick. So I do recommend, if you're gonna do some extreme bashing, go ahead and get a titanium gear servo. I'll probably put a motor cooling fan on. I haven't needed it right now. Probably we're running this new SMC LiPo 8000 milliamps 120C. I probably will have to put either a heatsink on here or a fan, but we'll test those temperatures and stuff as well as we get out and bash this some more. So does this car compare with bashing less with the 4x4 Rustler? These are two totally different categories between comparing this to a Rustler. Rustler's 10 scale, this is 8 scale, and it's just not going to be comparable. It's not on the same level. So throw a beast motor, and I probably will. Do the RPM A-arms fit on this? I'm pretty sure they will. They didn't. The designs as far as putting A-arms on here did not change, but they did change the design of the A-arm, and I showed that in the unboxing how these A-arms are different than the stock ones. So Earl, it's not that they are a little different. It's also the position of them. The droop screws are located underneath here instead of being on top. So no longer can you just take, your Allen key and adjust it from the top. You actually have to go up on the bottom and do that. Let me see if I can do this without knocking everything over and show this to you guys real quick. Let me pull this over and see if I can get up in here You see that right there? Did you guys see that? Say yay or nay. Comments the way down below. So that's where they're at. I mean, that's where you have to try to get to. And it is a little bit hard to get to that. You see, you got to put your Allen key at an angle to try to get to that. Instead of it being, and I've seen that on road cars before. Instead of just being able to adjust it from here, that's where you have to adjust that. So, not sure. There's probably a reason behind that. I don't know why, but that was just the one thing I was like, oh man, I got to get through there to adjust that. So. Um, my body's held up pretty well. I mean, put this back on her because I like the way this looks. Wow. What's going on here? I got some stuff in the way. Oh, I didn't put this on here right. I was taking this kind of apart to put. I'll just put this right here. I was taking this apart to kind of look at some stuff on there. I was taking it apart to look at the differentials and stuff. I'll just leave this right here. I don't know. We'll leave it there for now. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Earl, did I answer your question? I don't know. I'm kind of getting lost. Some of the comments going. We got Cali in. We got somebody from California in the house. What's going on? Someone said, "What's my favorite 10th?" Oh, he said his favorite 10th, 8th, and 5th scale gold. You guys are saying what's up to each other. That's cool. That's allowed me to sit up here and drink some more on this this shake. I'm gonna kill this light some so that it won't kill my battery as fast, and I can stay on and stay live for a little bit longer. Someone said they only have the Traxxas body system. I don't know if you're meaning for um, the latch or not. I that's okay, but it's not as secure. When you jump in your car, flips over, the body does pop off a lot. So that is kind of a nuisance when you're driving those out there. So we got about 90 people on here. No problem, bro. I was gonna kind of talk about that in some of my first run thoughts. I do want to drive the truck more. I want to see how it's gonna handle and stuff, like that. You know, just driving it to see if there's anything else, and maybe at some point in time I'll start taking stuff apart and looking at it. But there's no use in or no need in really doing that. So. Elijah asks, does the BLX ESC handle up to 7.2 volt servos? I don't know, but there's some people on here that can probably answer that for him. Some people, you may be able to pull it up too. Someone may be out there and looking live. You can pull up the specs, or you may know. Does the BLX ESC handle up to 7.2 volt servos? I am not sure. I believe you can turn it up from 6 volts to, I don't know. But you also have to think about your receiver and stuff like that. So someone out there is probably looking at the specs or may know right offhand. So if you guys can answer that, I would greatly appreciate it. If it's the Spectrum, it's only 6. Well, this is the BLX. Is basically a rebrand, so I'm not sure, but they might have changed it up. That's funny, team. Well, my V3 took a beating. Y'all should have seen the video at the skate park right before the cop came. I was right in the middle of filming and talking, and it got quiet at the park. That's what made it so funny. I was just sitting up there just driving, and the skater stopped, and then my boy was like, yeah, filming's over. And I'm like, huh? And I was just like, beep, 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 beep. I turn around, it's like a cop up there. He's like, yeah, y'all gotta leave. And this is in the middle of COVID. So they closed the park at 8. I think it was 8:05 or 8:10 or something, and we were still in there. And I didn't know. And somebody took the police tape around the skate park down. So I saw, but I thought they just took it down. But yeah, we left. But the cop was cool about it. You know, we talked, and he saw the vet and he asked me about it, so we chatted for a few minutes, and I was packing my stuff up and I left. So someone says no, this BLX cannot do those high voltage servos. So snow cam, I don't know. I wouldn't want to burn a servo up. So What motor do you recommend on this platform? Castle 2200 or the 1650, or go with the 2200 TP? Depends on how you're gonna run it, where you're gonna run it, what you're gonna do with it. No, keep talking. I want you guys to talk. These live streams, these are about you guys. This is not about me. I try not to make my live streams where I'm just talk, 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 talk. I want you guys to talk amongst yourselves. There's some stuff out there, like somebody just asked about the ESC. I didn't know. So y'all talk. Y'all answer questions. If y'all see somebody say something, talk. Trust me, I don't know everything. I don't want to know everything. I try to know a little bit about some of this stuff, but there's some things I just don't know. Like I said, I didn't know about the speed. I've never tried to adjust the voltage. I never tried to put a high voltage servo in here and adjust the voltage for it. So put it that way. Um, I think I did that once with maybe a Traxxas one, and it just didn't work. It didn't work out well. So Rocky said, "What's up, thought guys? Max 6. What motor, Alex? Tell us how you joined the Cool Kids Club. I don't know if that's towards me or not. RC repairs. Don't most high voltage servos work at 5 volts and up? I think they do, because I had a Power Hobby servo. That was a high voltage servo, and I'm thinking about, they actually have a new one out. I did a RC update on. I forgot what that was, but I'm thinking about getting that one and putting that in here and doing some updates on electronics, because a good high powerful servo is good for this, especially the way it's built to bash. I mean, you definitely, regardless, want to get a, you want to get a Metal Gear servo, but I'd go for a titanium gear servo if you get this, because you're gonna bash this. You're gonna jump it and you're gonna say, oh, and you're gonna smile. You're gonna have a Kool-Aid smile. You're gonna jump it again. Then you're gonna jump it again. And the last thing you need is for your servo to go out. So I do recommend a good servo, even if you just start off with a basic brushless system, a basic 8 scale brushless system. Make sure you get a good servo. So see, trying to go down this list. A couple of these are coming in. Josh said, any other hobbies? Yeah, I got a couple of things I do outside of just RC cars. I've been wanting to do boats, planes, and other stuff. I just haven't had the time to sit down to do that, because you gotta go out. You just gotta go out to certain areas, and there's so many like laws now against flying particular things. But there's other things I do as well. So yeah, the receiver box is revised. It does look a little bit bigger. Let me scoot this over. I should have brought another one out to show it to you guys. Uh, Flash on. I sound like a Justice League hero. See that receiver box? So it is a little bit bigger, and it is a little bit designed a little bit different from what I recall of the other one as well. I probably should have brought that out and showed that to you guys and stuff like that. There are things in the unboxing I did not mention, but it is a little bit different. So hopefully that you saw that. And like I said, I'm gonna continue to keep this flash off so that my battery doesn't drain. Um, so let's see, blah 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 blah. I got a couple things. Most stuff I just don't talk about. Josh asked me about other stuff outside of this. I do a couple other things, martial arts, and a couple other things outside of this. I won't get into detail about some of my personal stuff at this time. If you follow me on Instagram, sometimes I'll post up some things out there as well. So you can find me on Instagram and see some of the personal, because sometimes I'll post things up there. And then also on my JTRC Facebook page, I put stuff there too. So if you want to find a little bit more about me, I'd say go there and you can find out just a little bit more. So, oh, that's funny. Team Vegas said he's a kung fu fighter and a vigilante at night. Yeah, that's why I'm drinking this protein shake. I'm trying this new one. I couldn't get my muscle milk one, and after I like run and stuff, I usually try to replenish a little bit, and I bought a pack of these. I was over at a place, and then I went to the GNC, so I got this. I'm just giving it a try. Normally, the ones I drink is about 40 grams of protein, but I just use this to kind of replenish and then try to drink a lot of water, and then I get my dinner in. And yes, I eat late at night, all night long. So So somebody asked, how do I rate this on a scale of 1 to 10? I can't rate it just yet. I mean, right now I can say it's going to get a higher rating, but I need to drive it some more. I let a friend drive it. He enjoyed it. I've driven this probably about 8 or 9 times now. Um, Probably a little bit more. I can't remember, but I did drive in different areas and stuff. So I still want to drive it some more before I start giving out ratings and stuff. And I really don't give number ratings. I just say whether I like it or not, and I do like it. So someone's blah 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 good because RC not trying to probably love all the videos. Oh, ain't a problem, Josh. I mean, like I said, there's a couple of things I do, but so how do you like the new SMC batteries? Are they worth it? They have been. I mean, um, this one's 169, and I haven't tried it yet. But my other SMCs have been holding up well. This has tape on it because I was being lazy one day. I had this in my Traxxas Max, and I was pulling it out. I was tired, and I kept pulling. You know what I did? I ended up pulling this out. So I was like, "Mother chucker, what?" I was like, "Man, ain't that something?" So I had to go in, cut this, and solder it. So I just made sure that one, I don't be lazy anymore, and I just went in and put tape on both sides. So this was my doing right there. But I've run the Hades out these batteries, and they haven't really even puffed. I've run them in my Traxxas Max and my X Max. I've run it in my Limitless, and you guys know that I got some stuff coming up for a brand new Limitless I'm gonna build with that. So they have been good. The only one that has puffed up has been my 5,000 milliamp hard case, and I don't even know if they sell that anymore. So that's been the only one that has puffed up for my SMC lipos, and I got several of them in here. I've used those. If you guys are looking for a good budget lipo, you can also look at a Wamfi. Their 4S's are a little big, but they're still good as well. I think the 4S's are about $50. So you can get two 4S's for about $100, and they have their 3S's as well. The 3S's are pretty big, but they're pretty cheap as well. They just come with Dean's connectors. And then there's also Power Hobby that I use as well. So all three of those are the batteries that I use. And then I did get some cheap Amazon ones, or I did get some off of Amazon, but I got these more or less for my eRevo. So I use these for my eRevo. I think two of these 3S's were like $70 shipped. I just didn't go through the whole unboxing and looking at it because I don't know how good these are. They did get good ratings thus far from the 3 or 4 ratings they had on Amazon. But it did come with a Traxxas connector, and I needed something to fit inside that eRevo. So what's going on, Liam's RC's in the house. You just joining. We're just going through. We've answered a couple questions about this Kraton. We're just kind of talking about it in general. Yeah, Power Hobby's good too. So I just know that with SMC, they have kind of continued to improve their batteries. I mean, since I've been, getting their batteries and stuff and, purchasing all that, they have improved. Like, this is a new battery. I mean, this isn't like something else they had. Like, so this is one, this is new. And it just, them being innovative, I'm going to show you, I think I got it over here. No, it's in the other room. I was going to bring out the other 8,000. So, but they've been innovative with their batteries. And I like a company that actually takes their stuff in and looks at it and improves it, and it doesn't take forever to do it. I guess I'm a little bit impatient with that. So, and like anything and everything, there's good and there's bad. There's been some people that haven't liked SMC that's had the issue here and there. There's people that have had issues and they've corrected it. The same thing with the Wamfi. There was a guy who commented on the Wamfi batteries and said he got a bad battery, and I was like, well, contact him, Jack Wu, and he said, oh, I did. And he corrected. I'm like, well, why would you put that comment out there then? That didn't make sense. You talked bad about him, but then I said, contact him. He said he didn't replace. I'm like, well, dang, you should have just said I had a problem with the battery, and I contacted them and they corrected it. So, but Earl said he doesn't like SMC, so that's one person. I mean, not everybody's gonna like everything out there, so. Okay, Liam just started following me on Instagram as well. So yeah, you'll see stuff out there. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you'll see some sneak peeks for that. I don't do the kind of Patriot programming stuff. Um, so I thought about it, but you know, I just don't have the time to do behind the scenes looks and give you guys sneak peeks and all that. So the Z packs, I'm thinking about those, but right now I've been liking these because I just wanted something to run in that eRevo with that Traxxas ESC. That ESC doesn't really require any high like 35C rating lipos, so these are 60C and they've run fine in it. So I just needed something. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on batteries for it, so put it that way. So I got 2 sets of these. What do you think about a Castle Monster 8S? Yeah, we talked about thinking about ordering for the Kraton Limitless. Now, if you saw my posting on the community for YouTube and then also for Instagram, I did go ahead and get another Limitless. And I did get the Spectrum 7 scale system. That's basically the one that comes in the Kraton 8S. So I'm going to set that up for 8S running. And I'm going to work through a couple things. I did talk to some people earlier about some stuff. And I started doing a build on it, start trying to do videos on it. Sometimes I'm kind of bad at that. But I will try to stick to doing videos of it, especially with my Limitless. You guys know when I got my Limitless last year, as I was running my Limitless, I wanted to run it like Arrma ran in the commercial. So I changed out the spool and I put a center diff in there. And the center diff from this one or any of their 8 scale lines will fit up in there. Even the Mojave one will. So I ended up putting the 52 center diff in there and running that. So Alex, what's your question? Can anyone answer my question, please? What's your question again? Ask it one more time. We probably missed over it just talking, and I know I missed it by yapping and running my mouth. So yeah, we got a couple people. What's up, Alex? What's your question, man? Put it out there. We all ready to answer. We're focusing on you, dog. Ask your question. No, I don't run gas cars. That's not Alex's question though. What's going on, pilot Ryan Media? We've been on here for about 50 minutes or so. So Alex, how did RC? Oh, we're not gonna. Sorry, Alex, we're not gonna talk about that. Um, this is gonna be more or less about this and other stuff. You can kind of search some of the history on that, but you know we're not gonna talk about that right there. So yeah, Alex, let's focus on this right here and other cars. Let's not even focus on that. Andrew, my eRevo is in my other room. I would get it, do a comparisons, but I didn't plan on doing comparison videos and stuff like that. So, only thing I have up in here is I got some tires. I could put these tires down here. Bow. These are actually tires from my Habayo MT Plus, not the Plus 2s. These tires are actually pretty big. I didn't realize that they were that much bigger. So, um, yeah, Andrew, my eRevo is in the other guys is in the other room. So, I appreciate that, pilot Ryan. The first run, people were like, "Oh, what's going on?" Well, I was testing the durability of it. We wanted to see how tough it was. You know, this is an extreme bashing machine, so I wanted to take it out and test it. So, Pro lines, yeah, I thought about some of the belted Pro lines and stuff as well. So I don't know. These may look pretty good on here. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. I am planning on probably some Pro line belted, but these have been holding up pretty well. So, oh, all right, lifted RC. We'll holler at you. Say he's dozing off. Have I thought about different bodies for the crate? And actually, I was at NZ Hobbies today, and I was looking at a couple of bodies for it. I've seen some very, very nice cars. Arrma puts a lot on Instagram. People send them cars. And I've seen people put different bodies on. I actually have a Losi 8 truggy body I'm thinking about putting on because I love the way that body looks. So I may put that on there. So what do I think the best motor is for the Kraton? I'm doing a build to like your videos. I just have the BLX system in here. I mean, that's a fine bashing system too. I mean, it's waterproof. It's a proven system. So if you want to get started, I say do this, and then later on you can always upgrade. Unless you just want to go all out, I'd hate for you to spend a lot of money, and the performance want to be a little bit better. But this has been fine. That's another reason why I put this in here. I wanted to show you guys how this performed with this system in here. So yeah, the only thing I didn't like is when I got this Hobio truck is these tires weren't glue, and I did get some glue. I just haven't had time to glue them. Gluing takes time. So eventually I'll get these glued down. They are a softer compound. I believe these are probably ballooned a little bit. I should have probably taped up the inside, but I don't know if I'll go there. So yeah, Lewis, I believe they did hit the sweet spot with this, and they may do this for other ones because we have been asking about a roller for a while. And instead of them just doing the V4 as a roller, they say, hey, let's just redesign it and do something new as a roller. If we're gonna do a roller, they probably thought let's just go all out and do something that people want. So they did see people like bending chassis and stuff like that and all that. So they did come back. I have personally never bent a chassis. You guys know I run my cars and I jump a little bit, but when I took this one out, that was probably next to my Kraton 8S. Now my Kraton 8S that I recently ran was I guess the 1.5 version. I did go down to my local shop and buy one. And I should have did more, I guess, with that and showed you guys some of the differences. But um, other than jumping that, but I still didn't run like I ran this one. I mean, I beat the tar out this one, even when I didn't film. There's some stuff I didn't film because sometimes it's kind of hard to film and drive like that. But I did beat the tar out this, and it did hold up. So Jeffrey said, "What's the best ESC for a Losi 8E?" Depends on what you're doing. You guys are asking questions. What's the best? This and that. But you got to understand is that someone can say I'm running this in my car, but they may be running in different terrains or different areas. Um, like for instance, someone can say, "Hey, I'm gonna be racing this weekend. What's the best thing I can run?" The best way to find out about, especially if you're going to race, you need to go to the track and find out what everyone's running as far as if they'll tell you what they recommend, as far as system wise, censored, uncensored systems, what KV, what kind of gear ratio, diff weight, shock wheel, and stuff like that. So that's kind of flipping a coin and saying whether it's going to be heads or tails. If you're going to be general bashing, I put this in here because I knew I was going to beat this a lot, and I didn't want to put, for me, one of my higher systems in here and take the risk of damaging it. So Chris says, sorry, just joined. Better than the X Max. They're two different categories. X Max is 5/6 scale. This is 8 scale. X Max is a monster truck. This is a truggy. So they're different categories. All right, Earl's out, y'all. Peace out, Earl. Appreciate you joining. Trying to go back to some of these back here. RC Repair says he loves kits. I used to. Some of my Tamiya kits, they just kind of burn me out. It took me longer sometimes on these Tamiya kits to do the body than it would the actual car. I mean, especially cutting them stickers out, y'all. I was like, oh my gosh. So Weston said he has a Duratrax Invader. What do you recommend? So what do you plan on getting into? Are you wanting an 8 scale? I guess that's going to be the question. Or what's your budget? That should be kind of the first question. If you're trying to use, I don't know what your Duratrax has, but if you're trying to just get a step up from that particular platform, I would recommend a 10 scale 4-wheel drive. truck, whether it's Granite Scent Slash, Stampede. Red Cat Kaiju is always a good value too. So you gotta let people, you gotta let us know kind of more to that than what do you recommend, because we could say a million and one things, but we got to know your budget. I mean, if you have a budget of $300-400, and that's including if you had to get a battery and lipo, that gives us a better way of kind of answering you. So yeah, see, RC repairs is what I'm talking about. It's so much going into putting something in something. I mean, you gotta think about everything. Trying to see. Jeffrey said, I fried my wires on my 100C battery, Mamba Castle ESC. Why? What were you running in there? I mean, what kind of motor and stuff? And see, I'm not trying to get on you guys, but when you ask questions like that, you have to give more detail. Um, you could say I fried it doing this and that, but kind of what motor were you running? What was your gearing and what car was you running? I mean, if you're, let's say, running a 150C lipo with a 2650 kV motor on a truck like this, and you got a 22 tooth pinion gear, and you're running it in grass with bigger tires than this and all that, something's going to give in the electronics. You know, if you plan on running something big like that, you're gonna have to go down on your kV on your motor and getting a bigger size, possibly motor can, and gearing down on it as well, because you got to compensate for those bigger tires. And then you're also gonna have to make adjustments to your differentials as well, putting thicker oil and stuff in it. You don't want to run bigger tires, bigger system, and gear down without having to go in and change some of the oils and stuff in your differentials. So you got to think about that when you're either asking questions or when you're trying to do modifications and stuff for it. And I think at this point in time, there's a lot of information out there as far as people trying things. So I think most stuff that everybody's tried or gonna try is out there somewhere on the internet. So what do you think would be the best all-around motor for the build? Castle, TP, or Nick? It comes down to how you're going to run this. That's what it boils down to. If you're talking about doing all out bashing and stuff, I would recommend a system that is waterproof, a motor that is proven to be able to handle some stress, because you can break the motors. If the motor gets so hot, 200 plus degrees, and you're constantly jumping it, and this is slamming down on concrete, the magnets in here will get hot and they will crack, and that's any motor. So someone says I own a Max, and I want to buy a second vehicle, 1/5 scale, 1/8 scale. I have 1,000 to spend. I guess more on road than off road. So if you're wanting an on road car, there are a couple out there. The three top cars out there on road um, is gonna be the XO1, the Infraction, and the Limitless. The Infraction is the truck. It comes ready to run. Um, The Limitless is a roller. It's $399. You got to buy your own electronics for it. I love the Limitless, and then the XO1. The XO1's been out for a while. It's got a great system in it, but the XO1 needs some improvements. It does need some more weight on it, and it needs better tires and wheels. There is price difference. I think the XO1's what, $729. The Infraction's $599. So if you want to get the best of both worlds, I'm gonna put this out there, and I've said this before. This is kind of funny, but you guys laugh all you want. You can get a Mojave, and I did this. Get a Mojave, put some hoons on it, slam that mug down, and go driving. It handles good. You have to gear it up a little bit, but I got a video out. If you guys search my channel or even search Mojave with hoons or something, you'll see I took that out and I drove it at night. It just needed to be geared up some, but it actually handled really well. I was really impressed. So that kind of gives you the best of both worlds if you want to go that route. So More speed bashing hard dirt. I think that's kind of what he asked earlier about what he's gonna do. Let me go back to this. What do you think would be the best all around motor for this build? Nick, then you said you're gonna be more speed bashing hard dirt. A 2200 would be good as well. A Castle stuff would be good as well. Just remember, if you're gonna be on dirt, I would get like a chassis shroud or put a stocking or something to keep some of that dust and dirt out of your speed controller and out of your motor. You know, get a can of compressed air and just spray it off after you run it or something like that. And just make sure, check your temperatures. Your best thing you can do is when you first take it out is to kind of undergear it. You know, use the stock pinion gear, run it on 6S for about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes hard, bring it back, check your temperatures. If your motor after about 3 or 4 minutes of running is like 150, 160 degrees, depends on temperature outside too. Run it for a few more minutes. If it starts to really continue to rise in temperature, that means you need to check your gearing and stuff because it's probably over geared. And the motor, by the time you run it for, let's say, 12 to 15 minutes or plus, the motor's going to be at over 200 degrees. And then, of course, you can get fans and stuff for it, but then you're putting more money into it and all that. So, oh, let's see, let's see. Yeah, fifth skill Mojave would be good. I don't know what Arrma has planned. They've surprised us in the last couple of weeks with some stuff. Pretty sure they're going to be doing more stuff. I personally, and this is just a JT thing, I kind of want a 4S Talon, and then I kind of want kind of a rally car. The Sentin 6S is no longer available, so I'm hoping that they do something with that platform. An on-road, all-road car, 8 scale would be good. Take like the infraction body and make it into a car body and put that on a Sentin 8 scale. I think that would be tight. That's just a dream. We'll put that on the Arrma to-do list. They got about 1,000,000,001 cars everybody wants them to do. Mr. Matt, I don't know. I don't know. Elijah, I'm not sure what your question was. Is there any ESC besides the X8S that's supposed 8 volts up to AV servos? I don't know. Maybe somebody sees that and they'll answer that. So y'all was probably one of the last people to get some of the 6S sentence. So you might be able to. You can make one out of a Typhon. I mean, literally, you can get a Typhon and try to remake it from there because it's got some of the same components on it. So, I mean, I just think that'd be cool if they did something like that. That would be awesome. That really would be. But someone said they vowed not to get a Kraton, but this roller is making me eat my words. Man, we eat our words all the time. I almost bought another Stampede 4x4 brand new at the hobby shop yesterday. So I said, I'm not going to buy anymore. I'm not going to buy anymore. I'm telling you, I've had about 30 of those trucks, 30 plus. So, and I almost bought one. And then I had to go back and say, you got a Red Cat Kaiju now. I mean, there's no use in doing it. So, I mean, it's been a good truck, guys. I mean, so far, so good. Um, the one thing I had, like I said, was the Droop Screws, but that's just me beating a dead horse. You can put your own electronics in it. So what other questions you guys have as far as this truck is concerned? See if y'all have anything while we're out here. Somebody asked about how does the EXB compare to the Hobio MT Plus 2. They kind of still are different cars. The Hobio is a 7-scale monster truck. This is an 8-scale truggy, as we called them back in the day, muggy monster truggy. The Hobio is going to be bigger. Durability wise, the Hobio's been pretty tough. I haven't broken that truck yet. I mean, I've really run it. The stock tires I still have not put on there. So I don't know if you're asking me if there any damage to this or to the Hobio. No damage yet to either one of them actually. The Hobio, I mean, it's that body is super thick. I wish that body could fit on here, but it's just too big. Those tires are huge. Show you guys. So somebody asked me about comparing the Hobio. Look how big this tire is. That's the Hobio tire right there for the MT Plus 2. So if you want to do comparisons, this tire is literally almost the size of the Traxxas X Max tire. I mean, it's just maybe a quarter of an inch in diameter smaller. This is a big tire, so that just shows you how big the truck it is. It is a 7-scale truck, so yeah, it's huge. And you guys don't believe me? This is the Plus 2 tire. Let me scoot this back just a little bit. Scoot that back. You see this tire is still big. These tires are big. This tire was big already, but this Plus 2 tire is huge. So, like I said, to compare those two, yeah. Hobio does have a truggy. I have not had that truggy. I'm thinking about getting it. I'm not sure. But Miss Kimberly's in the house. What's up, Miss Lady? She blasted me on her channel, y'all. I comment. I said I don't always comment. She's like, "You're lazy," and I'm like, "I don't." Oh, look. I watch a lot of videos out there. I don't always comment, but I always like, you know. And then if you don't have any dislikes, I'm the one that dislikes your one video. Whoever y'all are out there, all y'all. No, I'm just playing. I don't do that. But I always like them. I always watch people's videos. I see what they're doing out there. Everybody's doing great content. Stuff is getting better and better, which is good. There's a lot of new innovative stuff coming out there as well. So I think that's good as well. It's 2020. So, we're going to have hovercraft RC cars pretty soon. If I have a fire, I can only keep one car RC. Which one would it be? Yeah, I'm just going to go into the fire and just take all my RC cars out. So that's the best way I can put it. I don't have one favorite. I have a lot of cars that I drive. I have cars that if I'm going somewhere real quick and I know it's gonna be a small area, I'll take some of my smaller cars. If I'm running somewhere with somebody, it just depends. I have cars for different running types and areas and stuff. So I appreciate that, Kim. So I hope they answer your question. I can't say, oh, I just like this car and that's all I'm doing. I like all the RC cars I have. I mean, if there's problems with them, I try to make adjustments to them and stuff. There are some companies that have stepped their game up. Red Cat was one of them. 10 years ago, I wouldn't get a Red Cat, but now they've really stepped their game up and they've improved some of their stuff. So, let's see. What motor ESC should I put in my ESB when it comes? Mr. Matt, I talked about that earlier. We talked about systems and stuff. It really depends on how you're going to run, where you're going to run. I put the BLX system in there. I wanted to see how it compared to the version 3 Kraton. And just comparisons in driving it and stuff. And I know this system's pretty reliable. I'm pretty familiar with it and stuff. So if you can find one of those, put it in there. I mean, the truck is fast. I mean, it impressed me how much faster it was and how well it ran with just the standard BLX system in it. So you can think about that. I think this 2050 kV motor is good up to 2200, or you can go with a 19 or 2000. Of course, you can gear it up if you go down to like a 1900 kV motor. So, what's going on, Robert? You made it. I won't be reading your comment after the live stream. I had a Berserker. You guys saw I did some videos a couple of weeks ago on that. So. I think people have, Elijah, put the Max or Hobbywing Max 5 system in crates. There, like I said, if you search on some of this stuff, trust me, if you've thought about it, someone's done it. There's plenty of videos out there for it. So I don't know. Somebody asked what the weight of it was with the electronics installed. I don't know. I didn't put on a scale. So appreciate that, Alex. Obviously likes the channel. Oh, there's Chris asked what's in between the 6S Kraton 8S and this new one. There's tons of differences. Of course, the 8S is going to be bigger. The 6S, if you watch the video, the unboxing I did, you'll see some of the differences. I took the A arms and stuff out and chassis brace. I did a comparison, so you'll see some of those differences there. This chassis is a little bit wider than the versions 3 and 4 chassis. It is made different. They didn't just slap all this on the same chassis and stuff. So there are major differences between this and the previous versions, and of course the 8S is just a whole different monster. So yes, Paul, it is. You gotta think about the systems and the KVs and stuff as well, and look at the amateurs. So, like I said, most of these questions, trust me, if you guys start Googling, Kraton with this system and all that, you'll see a lot of information out there where people have done it. They've went from version 1. Some people say the version 1 Kratons that have updated it so much that it's like a version 4, and it's going to be close to this version 5 or a new generation 8 scales from Arrma. So. Gucci says it's not that much of an upgrade. So, I mean, you'll see a difference only because of the motors, the 2200 versus the 2050. So, is an Outcast EXB coming? Kimberly, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it will be at some point. We've all speculated that. Just like when the Kraton came out, we knew that at some point in time they were going to do another 8 scale model, which they did with the Outcast. So when it's going to be released, we don't know. But I did do in my video where I talked about the parts. I did show in that video that they did have other size chassis braces in there and shock towers, and I believe some of those were going to be some of those dimensions or sizes could fit on the Mojave. Um, and then I believe that the shock towers for the Kraton and the Outcast are the same. But they did have some longer chassis braces for it, which makes me speculate that they're probably gonna do this for other cars as well. So I hope that answers your question on that. Um, sorry, I was sipping on my drink, trying to hydrate. See some more questions coming in. My 6-year-old is going to wreck it in 10 seconds. Oh, it'll be durable. Just don't give it to him running 60, 70 miles per hour. Cool. Somebody got a Granite 4x4 3S coming tomorrow. It's your first hobby grade. You will enjoy it. Trust me. It is a heck of a truck. No, Robert asks, is the Outcast the same as the Kraton 8S? No, they're different sizes as far as the length's concerned. I believe the width may be the same, but the length of it is. I showed it in the video when I did a RC update. I think it's about a little bit. I think it's 28 point. It's like an inch and something shorter in length than the Kraton is. So I think it may sit a little bit higher. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember all the specs, but it is a little bit different. So they didn't just take the Kraton and put an Outcast body on it. Put it that way. They did do a couple things different with it. I appreciate it. Somebody said they recently got an RC and watch all my videos. Appreciate it. SJ 2005. You're the one that's disliking all my videos. No, I'm just playing. There is people that I upload a video and it's like right when it's uploaded, it's like dislike. I'm like, I just loaded the video. How you dislike it already? But I know some of those people that are doing it. So Anthony says I still have a Kraton version 1. He's upgraded with HR shock towers, V-Force shocks, etc. It's in good shape, but I like the EXB. Is it worth it to keep updating the V1, or would it be wiser just to buy the EXB? Now, Anthony, I'm going to give you my advice. Take it with a grain of salt. It depends on how well yours runs and if you want to get that new car smell too. I don't know what else you haven't. That's like you've upgraded the shock towers on, and the differentials are going to be different. So you got to think about that. If you could, now this is just me, Anthony. So this is what I would do. You don't have to do what I do. You could take your version one that's upgraded and you can sell it, but take the electronics out and sell it as a roller and put all those electronics in here, and then use that money to offset the cost of buying this one. I do that a lot too. So that's just my advice. But if you like your V1, I mean, some people are attached to it. Just keep it and save up to get this one. Um, yeah, when will I see you back? I'm trying to do something tomorrow. Can we see the durability test for the chassis? I'm not sure, Lewis, what kind of durability test I can do for the chassis, other than just kind of jumping it and letting it land. I mean, I beat this thing a lot. I really did, guys. That day I took it for the first run, I really beat it a lot, y'all have no idea. The only thing that broke was that wing mount, and then I put a RPM one on there, and that cracked too after I drove it and beat it some more. So that's been the only thing that's really broke on that. So Chris bought a Kraton 6S yesterday, drove it today, and hit a few things accidentally, and it won't run. But I can move the wheels side from side when I turn the remote. Yeah, Chris, you got to do a video or something. It's kind of hard to tell just from descriptions. It could be a million and one things in there. So, what should I buy as a newbie? What's your price range? Is the Kraton EXB more durable than the X Max? That has yet to be determined. TBD on that one. What's going on, Mike? Mike said he ordered two new. I don't know what you ordered two new, but welcome to the hobby. With this outbreak, it can get us, a little law crazy. So yeah, I don't know if you're talking about getting $100 car or not. There's very few cars you can get for $100. They'll be a smaller scale, like the one I did yesterday or unboxed this morning. That's $100, and I'm gonna run that tomorrow too. So, Banggood special, or you can get this right here. I got a couple cars in here. Scoot this back. You can get this. This cost me $101.75, and it's 12 scale. And you see the differences in size there. So, and I have yet to run this. This comes with lights ready to run. Comes with the lithium ion batteries. It comes with even batteries for the remote. But this is going to be pretty cool to take this out and run it. If you're getting into the hobby and stuff, something like this is cool. The Arrma Voltage is $99. That'd be pretty cool too. If you're just getting into it, want to get your feet wet in the hobby, you can do that as well. The two Arrmas, okay. So Mike just got his son two Arrmas. Well, congrats. Building your, as they say, Arrma RC Army up. Someone said they can get a 16 scale slash for $179. That's an option. Are there any specific platforms, market types of spots you recommend online for selling that you don't recommend? It's all gonna depend. You gotta know what you're doing in RC car stuff. I mean, you really do. You gotta kind of know the industry as well. When you buy a car used, you got to be able to look at it and tell whether it's a good value or not. It really just, it's like experience. It's like buying houses and stuff. You got to know what you're looking at and what you're doing, because some people will get over. Some people will lock diffs up so it just turns and runs for a second, take it out there, and it's just sounds like Captain Crunch when you're running it and stuff. So Facebook Market, you can find maybe possibly things out there because you can actually tag with people and you can see the good and bad. So how do you stop rocks from getting inside your car and shredding up the drive shafts and discs? My Kraton 4S. Yeah, that's something that Arrma's gonna think about, because I have problems too with that. rocks and stuff getting caught up in there. So maybe they're looking at redesigning because that says winter 2021 when they're going to release those 4S versions. So maybe they're looking at redoing that. You can use, somebody asked about the XMAX servo tray. You can use a stock or eight or basically a 10 scale size servo for that, but there's an upgrade kit Traxxas sells for it. So when I had my XMAX, I did put the Power Hobby servo in there, and that was basically a 8/10 scale servo, but there is a kit, and I can't remember offhand the number for it, that you can use to use standard servos and stuff in there. So what is the scale of the new Kraton? It's 8 scale. I just stripped my stock servo upgrading to other Traxxas servo. Yeah, if you're running these, track servo is not gonna work. I'm telling you right now, this plat servo is not gonna work. It'll work good for the first few minutes when you jumping and stuff. It's gonna tear up. So well, what's gonna be next is gonna be this Bizcar truck that I got. I'm gonna be running that. I'm working on a limitless build. Just got a limitless the other day. System came in today for it, 8S system. So I'm gonna be working on doing a build on that, customizing that. I'm not sure when the Outcast 8S is gonna hit, but I do have it on pre-order. So when I get it, hopefully get it out, get it running, show it to you guys, etc. Super Speed Saturdays with that beast to see what kind of speeds we get. So that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, somebody asked about the Firma 150 amp ESC. I think that has that smart technology in it, so it'd be worth it. I think they may replace all the stuff in there and put this in there. So yeah, Brian, we all waiting on that Outcast. I know I saw that Jason had put something about on Facebook. He was a little worried about the announcement. He said something about being worried about the announcement tomorrow. We're like, what they gonna announce? What is it? And then bam, the Outcast. I'm like, no, dog, we wanted that. That no, we wanted that. You ain't gotta worry about that. So Arrma stuff is sold out everywhere. I mean, it's back ordered. They're getting a few things in, and so they get in, it gets back ordered again. So they're not ordering enough. So, uh, TD said he finally got to the world of RC. Welcome to the world of RC. You got a Kraton 6S version 4. Congrats on that. Welcome to the wonderful world of RC. Glad you're here. I think the EXB will be available. It says mid July, so it's between the 15th and 20th. Hopefully they'll get them in. I think as they get them in, as the orders came in, they're gonna ship them out from that. I'm not 100% sure how all that works, but that's my speculation. So yeah, just call me Chris. We all can't wait for that. Definitely will get the more BMX track videos. I just got to make sure it's safe up there because it does say no radio control cars up there. So I do kind of sneak in there and courteous of the other people. So TJ, TD's already analyzing and working and spending that money. Got to drop that dollar, dog. Yeah, I got a place I kind of want to send this at, but we'll see. So guys, I'm gonna stay on there for about another minute or two. We've been on for an hour and 28 minutes. We got about 83 people on. So ask away real quick before I log up out of here. Gotta go in here, get some food, change, shower, and get ready to head out for a few minutes. Oh sweet, somebody got a Mojave for 250. Man, that's a heck of a deal. That Mojave's a beast. I ain't even gonna lie. That Mojave is a beast. Yep, I'm gonna send it to the moon and to the stars, and then when it comes down, it probably will bend like a pretzel. If I send it up that high, this one place, I mean, the jump is like this. It's like literally almost vertical. So, do you think the castle? You're gonna have to look that up, Nick. There's some people that do certain things for that. So, Will do, Kimberly. Appreciate you joining. Thank you, JT, for all the videos. No problem. Yeah, I try to do what I can. Sometimes I do mess stuff up. Sometimes I do be brain scattered because I do 1,000,000,001 things. But, you know, man, I got some food down there I cooked. I'm finna eat some pasta, chicken, and pizza. I'm finna pig out. Finish drinking this little shake. And then shower, change, and go out. Someone, all right. Last question. Somebody said, would you rather have the Arrma Kraton 8S, Outcast 8S, or the X Max for the general bashing? I would right now. I mean, I got an X Max, got a Kraton, so I'm gonna get the Outcast. So maybe I'll do a shootout between them all. But the Outcast, it just looks bad. It really does. It looks really good. So if you don't have any one of those three, I mean, the X Max has been, they're in their version 4 now, so they're actually improved on it. But I would get the Outcast. That's gonna be the new kid on the block. So appreciate that, Bobby. So guys, I'm getting ready to sign up out of here. It's been an hour and a half since I've been on here. Got to go in here and get some food and stuff. I do appreciate you guys joining. You can always message me in the comments and stuff, and I'll try to get some questions answered. Or comment on one of the videos I've already put up with this. Or the video I put up tomorrow, and if I don't see it, maybe someone else will see it and they can answer it for you. So I appreciate you guys joining. Stay tuned for Super Speed Saturday. If I can get some energy and get up, I will get it out there and get this running, see what kind of speeds we can get with this lipo, because I'm really wanting to put this lipo through its paces. I'm excited to get this running, so I just charged it up. We all ready to go. So, all right, y'all. You guys take it easy. Appreciate you joining, and stay tuned for more videos.